Hi, my name is Jennifer Thomas, and I'm making this video right now because we have a big problem in our country and in the world. And that problem's drugs, prescription drugs, the stuff that your doctors are giving you, the stuff they don't tell you the long-term effects from, the stuff that they don't tell you it's not going to help you, it's going to hurt you, maybe even kill you. I was on morphine, fentanyl, Demerol, Xanax, Halidol, Valium. You name it, my doctors had me on it for 5 years. And in those 5 years, those medicines that were supposed to help me, they cost me everything. It cost me. I'm one of the lucky ones though. I realized, finally, that I couldn't live like this. That what I wanted in life more than I wanted a pill was just to have my family back. To just have me back. About 5.5 years ago, I had a gastric bypass surgery. And of course, if it's rare, it happens to me. Well, that gastric bypass surgery caused a rare situation where my body rejected the new anatomy. And I was dying. Because of the problems that came from my body rejecting the new anatomy and shutting down, it also activated a whole list of hereditary problems we didn't know I had. With my brain, with my heart, with my blood. We found out I had holes in my heart and I was lodging blood clots in my liver, my spleen, and in my brain, causing me TIA strokes and regular strokes. Luckily, they've all only been mild and I haven't had any serious long-term effects from it. Just some residual. And I do have memory loss problems, but that also comes from what doctors gave me, pills. Well, I had multiple surgeries. For 3 years, I had 39 full-blown surgeries and over 50 procedures that caused me to be put under anesthesia. Because of all these problems I had, doctors were writing more and more pills. More and more doctors I was seeing. I was up to 12 specialists, all in different areas. My liver, my kidneys, my brain, my heart, my GI system. I was failing. The more drugs that I was put on that were supposed to make me better, they didn't make me better. They made me better short term. They took away the situation that they were supposed to take away. But long term, they took away me. I got to where I realized that taking all these medications, they made me finally forget stuff that caused me severe PTSD from growing up. Stuff that I needed to forget, so that I could try and be a whole person. So as I realized that it numbed me, that it made me forget, I started taking more. And the more health problems I got, and the further I got close to dying, the more scared I got, and the more depressed I got, and the more my family fell apart, scared and depressed. The more we struggled just to keep me at home, so I could die at home. I ended up on a hospital bed in my living room on hospice care. I wasn't supposed to live. Later, I realized it was God. God needed me to stay alive because He needs me to stand up and let everybody know This country is dying from doctors writing prescription pills. They are killing us. I went to school, went to college to be a nurse. Graduated with a 4.2. I believed in medicine. I believed that these doctors were giving me medications to help me. But then I became so addicted to them. So addicted to the high. So addicted to the numbness. So addicted to the painless feelings I finally had. Physically, emotionally, mentally. But as time went by, it didn't help. My body became addicted, and it became where I had to keep increasing the dosages. So the doctors wrote them higher, and then higher, and then 6 months later higher. And that went on for 5 years. I was taking more than 400 milligrams of morphine, more than 700, 800 milligrams of oxycodone. I don't know how I'm alive. I don't. Because I should be dead. Because doctors, knowing what these were going to do to me, should have killed me. So I'm taking this opportunity to let everybody know. Please pay attention. If you have ADHD, there are so many working ways to deal with it than jumping on Adderall. If you have pain, there are so many other ways to handle it than jumping to opioids and other pain medications. If you have PTSD or depression, anxiety, there are other ways to handle it than jumping and popping Xanax and antidepressants such as Ritalin. Don't give in to a pill. They had me on 1 milligram of Xanax 3 times a day. I weighed 79 pounds. That's a lot of Xanax. So I was passing out. I'd go outside and be like, oh, by the time this kicks in, I'll be done with my cigarette. So I've got time to go smoke a cigarette before this kicks in, then I'll hit the bed. And every night I told myself that. And every night my husband found me passed out on the porch. Burned. Didn't even know it. If you see here on my elbow, on this elbow, during the winter, I'd put a heater out while I smoked a cigarette. Well, when I passed out, a heater gets really hot. And I caused myself severe 3rd-degree burns on multiple places on my body. And that happened night after night after night for over a year. Because the doctor said the Xanax would help me. Because I became a nurse. Because I believed in medicine. I wish I had learned what I know and what I learned in school about pills before I ended up on them. And even then, pharmacology was a quick class. We didn't get into too much details. Just the basics. Everybody tells you, don't share your pills, only take it as prescribed, so, so on and so on. They don't tell you that when you become addicted to them, which, by the way, can happen as soon as 1 to 2 weeks after taking them. When your body becomes addicted to them, your logic, your reasoning and your understanding are gone. You just know that you don't want the withdrawals. So you take a pill in the morning so you're not sick. Then you take a pill in the afternoon so you can function. And then a few more in the evening because it helps. Well, one night I passed out on my porch from the Xanax, smoking a cigarette. I woke up the next morning and I was laid across my porch with my pants down. I didn't know what happened to me. So I looked at the security camera. A car had pulled up in front of my house. Excuse me. There were two guys in it. My kids were inside sleeping. My husband was inside sleeping. And at 3 a.m. in the morning, I was so knocked out on Xanax that I didn't know I had been raped. I had to watch it on the camera. And then I ended up at MUSC having a rape kit done, hoping to God I wasn't going to be HIV positive too. I was raped on my own front porch. My kids sleeping feet away because I was not smart enough to say no to the pills. And things just got worse after that. My husband, he lost trust in me and faith in me because I couldn't get off the medicine, because I did need it. Physically, I did need it with everything I was going through. But then mentally, I told myself I needed more of it and more of it. And I started abusing it. And I got raped. My kids could have been harmed. My husband and me killed. My children killed. So many different things could have happened. How do you forgive yourself? How do you allow your children to forgive you for something? My husband couldn't take it anymore and he left. And I ended up in a trailer park because I couldn't work. I was disabled. The disability takes years, even when you really need it. I was in and out of hospitals way too much. I couldn't be a nurse anymore because you gotta be dependent. You have to be dependable. Patients don't just stop dying or stop being sick because you are. So I couldn't even do what I loved anymore. But I didn't even know what I loved anymore. This neighborhood, this trailer park I ended up in was gangs, drugs, violence. I met people that, had the same problems as me. Same medical problems, same, got hooked on pills because they've been on them for so long. And so we all started just getting high together, making us forget the pain that we were going through, mentally, physically, emotionally. My husband left me. I was in a lot of pain. And I needed that pain to go away. So this lady that had similar problems, we just shared pills. We swallowed them, chewed them, crushed them, snorted them. The only thing I can say I haven't done is put a needle in myself. And I think that if I hadn't finally woken up, I wouldn't have ended up there. Needles don't scare me. I've been stuck with so many needles that... I had to put 2 of my children with my mother and my youngest with my husband because I couldn't have them live in a dangerous neighborhood, and they were in danger. I was getting so high to forget all of the pain I had gone through, all the pain I was going through, that I got raped again in the yard, and my son found me, pants down, laid out in the yard, just been raped. Mugged in my front yard another time, knocked down, cut up, medicine stolen, money stolen. I couldn't keep him safe anymore. And I didn't know how to keep him safe from me and my addictions either. I lost my husband, and then I lost my kids after I lost my health. And I prayed so many nights that God would just let me die like I was supposed to. I just wanted to die. I wanted to not be the person my children were ashamed of. But I didn't know how to stop. I lost everything that mattered to me. Don't be stupid. Find other ways. Don't jump to a pill because a doctor says it's okay for you. Just because somebody writes a prescription does not mean that it is safe, because it is not. It is not safe. Eventually, the pills just weren't enough, and somebody had cocaine. So I tried it. Well, I became addicted to that. And finally, I woke up and I said, I cannot live like this anymore. I cannot be this person. God won't let me die, so why am I being this person? Because obviously, I'm missing some big sign that God has for me. And so I went into the hospital ER, and I told him I needed help. And then I got released, and I realized it didn't help me, and I went straight running to the drugs. I overdosed 4 times on cocaine and pills. 4 times that if I didn't have somebody there, I would have died. 4 times I ended up in a hospital OD dying. And I didn't tell my family, because how do you tell your family I'm in a hospital because I overdosed on cocaine and pills? I was scared of myself. I was scared of myself. Be smart. Learn about what you're taking before you take it. Do not assume because a doctor writes a prescription for it that it is safe. Do not assume because your mother has it in a medicine cabinet and she takes it that it is safe for you to take. Be smart. Learn from all of us who did all the wrong things, who were not smart. Learn from the thousands of people who are dead right now because they weren't smart. Because they weren't strong enough to say no. Because they had pain that they wanted to go away, and so they drowned it with highs. My name is Jennifer Thomas, and I'm an addict. I'm an addict that a doctor made. An addict that 12 doctors made. I'm sober now, and I thank God every day for that. I have my family back, and I thank God every single day. You don't have to be that person. You don't have to be the person that I was. And I guarantee you that every person watching this video knows at least one person who gets high on pills. Studies have shown people with prescriptions are becoming more addicted and having more problems with pills than with cocaine, heroin, methamphetamines. Pills are more dangerous now. Prescriptions are more dangerous now than illegal street drugs. And that's sad. That's sad that our medical world that's supposed to save us and help us has become more dangerous than an illegal street drug. Find out the truth about prescription pills. My name is Jennifer Thomas, and I almost lost my life more times than I can count. Don't be